Mr. Secretary, you came to Israel to meet Netanyahu while his own ministers are holding a conference on the border of Gaza about reestablishing settlements there and extending and deepening Israel's occupation. Did you raise this with Netanyahu? And secondly, we're headed to Saudi Arabia next, where you've been working on a deal to enter a permanent defense pact with the Saudis. Do you think that's the message voters want to hear, that now is the time to further commit American lives and treasure in the Middle East?
So, John, I think you're referring to the so-called generals plan. Am I correct? These are retired generals who have proposed
but also
a plan
the
for building
reoccupying Gaza.
Yeah.
Settlers were meeting, and ministers of Netanyahu's own government were saying, let's resettle Gaza.
Well, I can be very clear on that because I've been clear on that for the last year. We fully reject it. We reject any Israeli reoccupation of Gaza. I said so in Tokyo a year ago. It's been U.S. policy. It will remain U.S. policy. And it's also, to the best of my understanding, the policy of the Israeli government. That's what I heard from the Prime Minister, who is the authoritative word on these things. So whatever they say, whether it's retired generals or some members of the government, that is not the policy of the government, and it is certainly not the policy of the United States. We reject it. Right now, the focus needs to be on getting the hostages home, ending this war, and having a clear plan for what follows. That's been the focus of our conversations. That's going to be the focus of the conversations going forward. With Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a critical player in virtually all of these issues, whether it's potentially Gaza and plans for what follows the end of the war, whether it's Lebanon, whether it's dealing with the challenges posed by Iran. We'll be talking about all of that. But more broadly, there remains, despite everything that's happened, an incredible opportunity in this region to move in a totally different direction, one that actually provides in a durable way for Israel's security, for its place in the region, a country that's integrated, working with its Arab partners, accepted by them, isolating Iran and those who are trying to disrupt and destroy people's lives. You've got an axis of resistance on the one hand. You can see a partnership for peaceful coexistence on the other hand. Saudi Arabia would be right at the heart of that, and that includes potentially normalization of relations with Israel. That remains an issue that's real, that's possible, and that we're going to be talking about as we have over these many months. But one of the things that's so important is we're dealing with the day in, day out, and the incredible challenges that each of these different areas poses, is also to keep your eyes on the strategic prize, to keep the focus on where this can go in a positive way, just as we know where it can go in a very negative way, and to continue to work to get on that positive trajectory, because that's clearly what's going to be in the interests of people throughout the region, including people here in Israel. The vast majority of people want a secure life. They want a prosperous life. They want some opportunity. They want to be able to go about their daily lives in a normal way. That's what's driving people. And I can see a future where we can realize those ambitions for people. So we have to keep the focus there, even as we're dealing with these acute challenges in the moment.
And you take Netanyahu at his word that he's not going to resettle Gaza, and he's not going to let his right-wing cabinet move in and reoccupy?
All I can tell you is that is the stated policy of the government of Israel, and it is definitely the stated policy of the government of the United States, and one we will insist on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.